Joining me now is someone who was there on Capitol Hill that day, Congressman Hakeem Jeffries of New York. He's the chair of the House Democratic Caucus and was a House manager in Donald Trump's first impeachment trial. Congressman Jeffries, good to see you. I have to tell you, I know you're a public figure. Public figures are used to threats, but the one made toward your family was a lot more specific and a lot more scary than something you should be subject to. Someone was sending your family texts threatening harm because of, I don't know, because of who you are?
Well, that was a deeply troubling situation. I'm thankful for the swift action by the FBI, the Capitol Police, the NYPD, and all the law enforcement authorities who have taken these threats seriously, not just directed against family members of mine, but against members of Congress and Americans across the country. We're dealing with violent white supremacy that has been radicalized by the former president of the United States. Most recently, because of the telling of the big lie, that he actually won the election and the presidency was stolen from him. That is why those threats were directed against my family members, because they wanted to try to intimidate me from what they said was lying about the election. Joe Biden did not win. He will not be president, or the exact words. And so I think we're going to proceed with an impeachment trial so that the president of the United States can be held accountable. No one is above the law. He incited a violent attack on the Capitol. Officers were beaten. One was killed that day. Two others have taken their life thereafter. The Capitol was desecrated. Urine and feces were left. Those individuals were there to assassinate Nancy Pelosi, hang Mike Pence, and hunt down members of Congress. There must be justice in America.
So what do you think, then, about this option that's being floated of censure, which would only need 50 votes in the Senate, as opposed to conviction by trial, which would need 2/3?
I don't think much of it at all at this particular point in time, because the process of impeachment has been initiated. The House, in the most bipartisan impeachment vote in American history, has determined that the president should be tried for inciting a violent insurrection. The next step of that process is for the senators to undertake their constitutional responsibility. Ali, we've been down this road before, where Republican senators were trying to find every excuse in the world to exonerate the president during the last impeachment trial, when he clearly had engaged in a corrupt abuse of power as part of an effort to artificially interfere with the 2020 election in the context of the Trump-Ukraine scandal. Now they are trying to find an excuse not to hold him accountable through the mechanism that the framers of the Constitution provided to us, which is impeachment and trial. I'm hopeful that the senators will follow the facts, apply the law, be guided by the Constitution, and let the chips fall where they may once they have heard the evidence, which the impeachment managers are going to present in a very compelling way.
But Congressman, at least in a jury, there's some effort to make sure, in a jury trial, there's some effort to make sure that the jurors are impartial and open-minded. You have people who your speaker is calling the enemy within, although they won't be voting in the Senate in the trial. There are Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley have been entirely on the wrong side of this thing, and in your House you have Marjorie Taylor Greene. Do you even think you can reason with some people?
Well, you certainly can't reason with some people, including those individuals that you've mentioned, two of whom are in the Senate. They are tainted jurors. But let's also keep in mind that the Senate floor is not just going to be a courtroom, it is a crime scene. And that the individual senators are not just jurors, they were victims and witnesses to the crimes that took place on that particular day, and have seen in compelling fashion, as you've shown your viewers, thereafter. And so I believe there are enough senators who objectively could make up their minds to convict. Some certainly we can write off, like Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley, but I'm not prepared to write all of them off.
Congressman, good to see you again. Congressman Hakeem Jeffries of New York, chair of the House Democratic Caucus and a House manager in Donald Trump's first impeachment trial. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.